guys, welcome to Sippin' and Spillin' with Sid from 3 Mississippi. I hope you're having an excellent day. I'm actually filming this on Tuesday night. I have been editing all day. Got our video posted for Tuesday, today, that Frankie and I worked on, and I hear Mike coming up on the mower. Anywho, Mike came back with his footage on the GoPro from the Family Guys trip to the Hardy, Arkansas area from fishing, and he got that all sorted out the way he wanted to give it to me to finish editing and putting the video together. So I was working on that today and got that all squared away. There's some pieces that Mike wants to film some voiceover for, so I laid it out. So I went ahead and rendered it so I can give it to him and he can look at it and decide what he wants to say, and then I'm gonna kind of piece in his voiceover with music, and I think it's gonna turn out really well. I like it so far. And it looks like they had a fun time together, and I was surprised because I had told him I only need a little bit of footage. Like, I was just gonna insert it in another video. So I was like, just film like a couple of clips, a little bit of B-roll, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and like I really only need like 5 minutes of footage from you. And because you guys may remember, I mentioned that in our group chat, Ant from Country Road Cure had said he was about to order these waders from High C. And I said, don't order them yet. Let me reach out to my contact there and see if I can get them for you. Because like, if people are already going to be filming, why spend the money on the waders if we can't just show the waders and, like, you know, because that's how we do things, right? That's one of the perks of having a YouTube channel. And he was like, cool, that'd be awesome. So I was able to do that with my contact. And so I told Mike, I was like, I just need you to get some footage of that, and just so I can slip it into another video, no big deal. And he was like, okay. So he actually ended up filming a lot more. So it's able to be its own video, which was actually works out really well for me. And I hadn't planned for that because this week's a little bit, not hectic or chaotic in the normal sense, but like there's some other stuff going on. There's some church stuff going on. There's some this and that. And Frankie's got a game, and we're supposed to get some weather, and they had to move the game to Friday instead of Thursday because it was going to be on Halloween. And then they decided to move it because of the weather. So it's going to be on Friday like it would normally be. And they had to, you know, kind of change around their practices and whatnot. So it's just a little bit of, you know, stuff happening. And I have a project that I'm going to kind of help my girlfriend with at her house on Thursday, that I will be filming, and that'll be a upcoming video at some point. But wanted to kind of get ahead of this week's schedule, you know, for our videos. And so I was trying to think like, okay, when will I have time to film? What are we working on this week that I can film, that I could turn around in time for Friday's video? So it actually worked out really, really well for me that he was able to capture some of the fun. I know it'll probably be one of the last videos coming out about the fishing trip because it'll be coming out on Friday. I would have loved to have turned it around for Tuesday's video, but that just wasn't in the cards because I didn't even get the footage until Tuesday morning, this morning. So that's fine though, that's fine. But I do want to tell you guys before I forget, I won't be doing a live this week, this Wednesday, because we're having our big fall festival at church. And so I really want to go to that and be there with my church family. So I've decided to skip our live this week. Mike probably won't be able to come with us because he'll still be at work for that, but Frankie and I can go at least and do that. And he was like, man, if I didn't have my dentist appointment today that he had, he's like, I could have maybe, you know, worked longer today and done it tomorrow or whatever, but it is what it is. You know, you have to book your dental appointments like 6 months out. So you kind of don't know what's happening until it gets closer sometimes, which can be, you know, a little bit of a bummer, but that's all right. So no live this week, I'm sorry, but I will have 2 videos out this week. So back to at least doing that, and I am trying to get some more sippins and spillins out this week. But I feel like I've just been locked in there editing for the last couple of days, which I have been. So there's that. And Frankie's hardly been home, I swear. I mean, she was home with me this weekend. And it was a good thing too, because we were actually stranded without a vehicle this weekend. Let me explain. So I had said to Mike probably about a week before they were going fishing, I said, hey, because him and Ryan are driving up together, and I said, hey, are you guys taking the Fit, Mike's car, or would you rather take Truvy, the truck? And he's like, well, I'd like to take Truvy, but, well, he doesn't call her Truvy. He refuses to. He said the truck. But her given name, her Christian name is Truvy. So I said, well, we don't really have anything major going on. Worst thing I would have to do is drive into town one day, like on Sunday for church, but no big deal, right? I already got the feed. I already got all the big stuff that I needed the truck for that week. And I was like, honestly, if it's gone for 2 days, it's not the end of the world. So he packed up Truvy. I made sure that she had fresh bug juice in the windshield. I made sure that she was cleaned out. And I had actually taken her through the car wash the week before. And I made sure she was gassed up and just ready to rock and roll, right? And he takes her and he pulls the Fit up in the front here where I normally park Truvy. And he left, and I, as you know, subsequently kind of threw out my back. And so I was like, I'm going to watch church from home. We're going to have a rot weekend. We had filmed a couple little things that weekend, but nothing crazy. Just Frankie getting her tools and, all that stuff, and my decorations for Christmas and whatever. And so Monday, Mike went out to go pick Frankie up because he had to go. I forget where he was going. I don't know. He said he was going to, he said, I'll pick Frankie up for you so you don't have to. She was at a ball game. And I said, oh, okay, that'd be great. And he comes back inside and he goes, well, it's a good thing you didn't need to go anywhere this weekend. And I said, why? And he said, well, the battery's dead on the Fit. And I was like, what? It is? Now, this would not be the first time this has happened. There was a period of time after we moved where if we went anywhere, we took the truck. And Mike wasn't really having to go anywhere. If we went anywhere together, it was in the truck because it's more comfortable for all three of us. And, we're picking up stuff or we're going to church or whatever. So we would take the truck and not the Fit. So maybe the Fit didn't get driven for a week. I think the most we went one time was 2 weeks, and we were like, oh yeah, battery's probably dead. But it was an older battery. It was whatever. Anyway, it had happened a few times. But I'm like, they just drove it on Friday. Well, Frankie had driven, or on Monday rather. Frankie had, or not Monday, I'm sorry. Yeah, the week before, whatever it was, right before he left. It would have been Thursday night. He picked her up from practice Thursday night, and he left Friday morning. There we go. I knew I'd get this right. Anyway, he picked her up. And I don't remember why he picked her up that day, but he did. And he was out doing something. And he had to go to Walmart. He had to get something for the trip, some kind of bait or something, fresh line for his fly fisher thing. I don't know. Anyway, he had to go to Walmart. And so I was like, cool, if you're going to go to Walmart, if you could go in the evening, that'd be amazing, because then that way both of us don't have to drive to town. So anyway, he let her drive home in the Fit. Because, we let her practice, And so he usually reminds her to turn the headlights back off, because in the truck, they're automatic. In the Fit, which is, a 10-year-old economy car, you have to manually turn the lights on and manually turn them off. Now, it does ding at you when you leave the lights on. So we don't know what happened. We don't know if a door got left ajar and the light got left on or what, but that battery was dead yesterday when he went to go start it. So Frankie, of course, whether it's true or not, Frankie got the blame for it. And he said, he wasn't mad at her or anything, but he was like, well, since you killed the battery on the car, you have to go hook it up to the battery charger overnight. So she had to like 9:30 last night. She was out here running the extension cord out from the shop because I told her, she's like, well, he's like, just plug it in, plug it in and let it run overnight. And she goes, Mom, I'm going to have to mess up your lights. Now, I have market lights that I strung up. I'll show you real quick. I'll show you my market lights. So I strung up, these were supposed to be up for Freedom Weekend, but they did not make it. So I have these lights on a timer, and then I have the lights in front of the door on a timer, okay? And let's see if I can get this without messing it up completely. There we go. And I ordered a separate, this one has a timer built into the strand, the one by the door. The ones that go up and around, I bought a little timer plug-in thing for with the little, you push the little pin things down. And so I have it set to go off. It's like 5 something that these start to come on. And then I also have it come on from 6:30 to 7 in the morning because that's when I'm sitting here having my coffee. And this time of year, it's dark. So this lets, and I don't like to have the overhead porch lights on that early in the morning. It's too much brightness. But this, the market lights by itself, is like nice and calm. And then it turns off right before the sun comes up. It's perfect, right? The sky's starting to get purple. It's light enough out. Frankie can see coming out here. I say goodbye to her, and she heads down the drive to the bus, right? So I was like, no, it's taken me way too long to get the timing of it all down right. Please don't unplug the porch. So I made her run the extension cord from the shop out here and plug it into the car. And then she checked it this morning before she left for school and started it, and it started. So she's like, okay. So Mike finished putting it away and moved the car out of the way. But so yeah, it was a good thing that we didn't need to go anywhere. Not that we don't have our wonderful neighbors right here, but our one set of neighbors were out of town and gone. And he would have been the one that I would have called to be like, hey, my battery's dead. Like he would have come over and helped me with it. Frankie obviously knew how to fix the situation, but she wasn't home for some of that time either. So like on Friday, if I had to go anywhere, I would have been a little bit in trouble. I have many skills, but jumping the car battery is not one of them. So anyway, long story short, it was a good thing that we didn't have to go anywhere, so we weren't actually stranded. But if we had had an emergency, I would have been running down the road in the Polaris to the neighbors to see, who could have helped us. But anyway, that was that whole story. So at least it's working now, and it wasn't the end of the world. And Truvy's no worse for the wear either. I did have to, of course, readjust my seat and my mirrors because I have them set on tiny human status. Everybody laughs at me because I have to have it. Frankie doesn't even have to have it as far forward as I do, even though she's shorter than me. But I have shorter legs than she does. I have very short legs and a long torso, so I have to have it situated very strangely. I have to be all the way forward, which was really hard when I was pregnant with Frankie because I had to stop driving like early. Like I think I had to stop driving about a month before she was due because I physically couldn't drive. I couldn't get close enough. My belly was in the way of the steering wheel. I couldn't get close enough to get my feet close enough to the pedals to drive safely. So my poor dad had to drive me to all of my doctor's appointments and everything the last month. So, but it worked out. So anyway, that was that whole situation. But the car is now, what's he driving on now? Oh, now he's taking the Polaris out. I don't know where he's going. I know he went and mowed something. He might be going back over to Silver. I know he mowed over there the other day. He's got all his lanes or whatever, and then he was mowing over on the next property that borders us that we're hopefully going to be obtaining in the not too distant future. So we'll see. But he's been working on that too. So we'll see how it goes. But I actually have to go here pretty soon because I have to go pick up the kid from yet another practice because that's what we do. That's what we do. So again, today, as you're watching this, there won't be a live tonight. I apologize. but it is what it is. I'm going to be at church instead. So I hope you guys all have a blessed rest of your day. And don't forget, safety's off. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't break rule number 1.